Well, you may think of veterans on Veterans Day when they march down the Boulevard of the Allies for the annual Pittsburgh parade. It's a nice way to pay tribute to our servicemen and women for the sacrifices they've made for our country. But there's another way to honor them and to hear their stories. It's at the Veterans Breakfast Club, a place where they can share their stories, heal, and inspire others. As you see from this video of recent meetings, every veteran has a story to tell.
I'm Roscoe's youngest daughter, Kathy, and I'm here with my two sisters and my mom and my brother-in-law is my husband. My dad was in the hospital. We were all with him, and one day he asked me, he said, "Hey, Kath, what's the date?" And I said, "It's January 5th. And he looked at me and he said, 71 years ago tomorrow, I left Bastogne. Well, my dad died on January 6th, 71 years after he left Bastogne.
There isn't a person in here that was in the outfit I was in. I was a mule skinner. 3 of my buddies got killed.
We were supposed to be there for 12 months. I don't even know how to put it, but I became very fond of Afghanistan. It was one of the worst days ever for me, honestly, because I knew we would never all be together again. Those were the best friends I'll ever have. Some of them aren't with us anymore.
Wow. The mission of the Veterans Breakfast Club is to create communities of listening around veterans and their stories so that this living history is never forgotten. There's no membership dues or fees. You don't have to be a veteran to even attend. Todd DePastino is executive director of the Veterans Breakfast Club, and we are happy to have him here with us today, along with World War II vets Joe Zimbicki and Don Hepler. Good morning.
Good morning.
And first of all, I think that we need to say happy birthday to Joe. You will be 100 years old tomorrow.
Thank you.
Quite a history you have. Tell us about the Breakfast Club for Veterans. What is this? How did it come about, Todd?
It came about 10 years ago, and in 2008, Dan Cavanaugh, a friend of mine, and I got 30 World War II veterans together in the South Hills. We got them to start talking and sharing their stories, and it just took off from there. Last year, we did 65 storytelling events, about 40 in the morning, 25 in the evening, all throughout Western Pennsylvania. These are open to the public, all of them. You don't have to be a veteran to attend. And we get stories of all ages. The youngest vet to share a story last year was 23 years old.
Wow.
He was in the Army for 5 years. He was out already at age 23. The oldest was 103. So Joe, you're not quite the oldest veteran we've ever had. And everything in between. It's just fascinating. You never know what you're going to hear.
And why was it so important to you to start this?
I'm a historian. I teach and write history. So this is our history right here. And if we don't coax the veterans to share their stories, this history might be lost. So I encourage non-veterans to come to our events, kind of ask questions of veterans. The vast majority of us don't serve, so the only way we could find out what armed service is like is to listen to Joe and Don.
And I know you two have a good relationship. Obviously, you formed that over the years. Joe, can you tell me about your time served? You were in 1941 to 1945, is that right?
Yes.
And you have quite a story to tell. I mean, you have a list of medals and honors and awards.
You know, a lot of these stories you want to forget because what you've seen buddies in that disappear in front of you. Sometimes it's too hard for me to even explain anything about it. So
Joe was wounded twice.
You were wounded twice.
Right. So that's it.
So what is it like then to get up and talk in front of a crowd full of people to talk about what happened to you during those years?
Right now, my eyes are getting teary talking.
Joe had to be coaxed a little bit to start sharing his story.
But I remember, you want to know, was it G+2 is when I landed on the battlefront. And from then on, why you moved from one place to another, through hedgerows, through this and that, and you just wondered how you had a squad. The first thing you know, you don't have no squad. Yeah, they got wounded. You didn't get wounded, but they did not wounded. Not to me. It just hurt me because I couldn't see the buddies I went and joined up with, you know.
Wow.
Did you ever think you weren't going to make it?
And in a way, I says, it's up to the good Lord to take care of me. whether he wants me to come back or what. That's the only way I can explain it, you know. Some people say, what do you, I says, don't think about it. When you get into something that's hot, you're going to think about it and, you know, explain it to everybody. That's the only thing I can say about it.
Joe, you guarded General Patton's plane?
After I got wounded, they put me back in the EMPs.
Mm-hmm. Military police, right?
Well, after I got out of the hospital and in different places, then they put me in EMPs. They put me, that was guarding Patton. You understand? You guarded Patton. You made sure when he got on that airplane, there was 2 or 3 soldiers along with him in that airplane going. But nobody came to that airplane because you'd shoot him. You had orders to shoot him. Because well, I had it was 3 of us. We'd take turns, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You start one daylight, one 12, so, and then in the morning, then you come back and relieve. But they gave you enough of time to even go into town if you wanted to go, you know. I'm standing there and at the garden at the plane, I looked at the field, the road was a road. I says, the one that was watching with me, I says, take over. I says, I see somebody I know out there. Wow. So I walked out, sure enough, it was a guy from my hometown.
Oh, wow.
Really?
He's out there looking in to see what's going on, you know what I mean?
Wow, what are the chances? That's
little stories you have that you keep to yourself, you know.
Right.
Well, or audience at home now. And Don, I understand that you also have a connection to Patton.
Yes, I had, of course, with somebody of the personality of General Patton there, you don't become personal friends, right. Not an enlisted man, especially there. So, but we had opportunities to engage in personal discussion with him. Mm-hmm. I had one occasion, I was in Army headquarters, and as a member of Army headquarters, you were cautioned, keep in mind, you are exposed to information that is very, very vital, and the enemy is desperate to get that information. So if you are ever taken prisoner, you expect to be punished. So we became very, very careful there. We, as a member of Army headquarters, if you study history, you know that General Patton, as a commander, is very, very active. Mm-hmm. And I just read recently a report about him. He's an individual who uses 2 languages, English and profanity. That is true. But you need to be exposed to his behavior, right, to realize that he was a great man.
Well, Don, I know that he took some time. There was obviously a nicer side of him to send Christmas cards, and you have a Christmas card from him that you keep with you. Can you show us?
Yes, yes. This is very important to me. This is related to the Battle of the Bulge. And 3rd Army was not exposed to the breakthrough, but we were asked to send support troops to the lower flank of the breakthrough there. And Patton responded in an unbelievable manner, and we were instrumental in helping to rescue the troops there. But the battle there was made very, very difficult because of bad weather.
I see.
I mean,
and there's a prayer for good weather on there.
This is very interesting. Almighty and most merciful Father, we humbly beseech Thee of Thy great goodness to restrain these immoderate rains with which we have had to contend. Grant us fair weather for battle. Graciously hearken to us as soldiers who call upon Thee, that armed with Thy power we may advance from victory to victory and crush the oppression and wickedness of our enemies and establish Thy justice among men and nations. Amen. Now,
Well,
that was
that's
by
something.
General Patton.
And he
right?
signed it too. And Todd, these have to be things, not only hearing the stories, but seeing some of these artifacts, seeing some of these little pieces. I know Don also brought maps that he helped with as well. What have you learned over the course of the 10 years?
It's remarkable. I mean, I got into it because I wrote a book about Bill Malden, who these guys will remember, a cartoonist who was a GI himself. He did these gritty, realistic combat cartoons, still the youngest Pulitzer Prize winner ever. Patton hated him, and he didn't like Patton. It's one thing to do research in the archives. It's another thing to actually meet the people who are there and to hear the stories firsthand. I've learned a lot about history, certainly, but I think more than that, I've learned about wisdom, about patience, about gratitude. I mean, Joe and Don, I think, are very thankful that they made it through. They survived the war. They both knew a lot of people who didn't. And they're thankful that they're alive every day, and that's something that rubs off, I think, from veterans when you're at our events.
Well, even in that short soundbite we heard from the one veteran talking about his time in Afghanistan and how important that was, the friendships, the bonds that he formed there. So it's an important time in people's lives. Well, thank you all for coming today. I appreciate you sharing your stories and taking time to be with us. And you can learn more about the Veterans Breakfast Club online and subscribe to the club's newsletter. We have a link posted at kdka.com/PTL. You can also call this number that's on your screen. That's 412-623-9029. Again, 412-623-9029. Joe, Don, thank you so much for your service.